Okay. All right.
All these facts are going to be presented to show that he's a danger to society. And then also, here's another thing too. I'm going to just say it. They're going to look at NBA as a gang.
Okay. What do you mean as a gang? But he could say it's a record label. It's a record label.
They're gonna look at it as a criminal organization.
What does it take to prove that?
It's tough. I ain't gonna lie. To do a Rico case is gonna be tough. Who knows if they're trying to build one right now? I wouldn't be surprised if they're not trying to build one. But they're gonna look at them as a criminal organization because what they're gonna articulate is, hey, the shooting that he was involved in before, the beefs, the unsolved, the murders that happened. Because I know that there were some murders between his camp and another camp that he used to be cool with. Yeah. They're gonna use all that to articulate that these guys are dangerous to society. These guys are nuisances. This guy made it out of a murder attempt before. You know, we can't let him back out on the street. We let him back out on the street. He's right back to doing what he's doing, holding guns as a convicted felon, reckless disregard. They're going to use all these buzzwords.
Is it at least likely that all the charges they're going to file on him, unless he does something else, are already filed? Or do you think they might try to lump other things into?
They might. I mean, they named the case Operation Never Free Again. So
that's petty.
Well, I mean, that also makes me think that it might have been an OSIDF case.
It might be a what?
Okay. So, all right. So there's something called Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. All right. It's a mandate from the United States Department of Justice to go after large-scale criminal organizations that are involved in sophisticated criminal activity like drug trafficking, money laundering, arms trafficking, etc. And it stands for, and the acronym is OSIDF. So normally, when you call a case Operation something, that means it's an OSIDF case if it's federal. And when it's OSIDF case, well, guess what? Now you got an OSIDF attorney who's going to be dedicated to that case, going to be a little bit more aggressive than your typical line at USA, right? You're going to get federal funding to do the case. You're going to get certain things given to you, more overtime for state and locals to work for you. His best defense is to claim insanity. As crazy as that sounds. Really? That would never work in federal court, but like the state court be kangaroo zoos sometimes.
Well, okay.
Kangaroo courts, bro.
He has an album saying Melly versus Melvin.
Yep. He's said
split
that
personality.
I have 6 personalities. He said that on air many times.
Okay. Could that is that like how much % chance is that like a Hail Mary?
It's a Hail Mary, yeah. Because he would need doctor records. He'd need a lot to prove that he was insane.
And even if the insanity plea works, they don't just let you out though.
Yeah, he's just not going to go to a prison. They'll probably send him to a mental asylum. But I mean, he's looking at the death penalty, bro. Florida is a capital punishment state.
How frequent would that be though? Like, you know, like they're not for every murder they're gonna just give you the death penalty.
I mean, he's looking at the death penalty. If he goes to trial and loses, the prosecutor is pushing for death penalty.
Fuck.
Andrew Tate.